evening, here's top news newsletter starting with headlines. Syrian army advances in Idlib and continues operations in other provinces. Yemeni army advances in Marib and Saudi war plans massacre civilians. More than 6,000 European jihadists in Syria. Iran will receive Russia's S-300 air defense this year. Syrian army units killed a large number of terrorists and injured others in Idlib province, destroying more than 20 vehicles in the area surrounding Idlib city. Meanwhile, in Hama province, army units killed dozens of terrorists, injured others, and destroyed their vehicles in the central of the province. In the northern province of Aleppo, army killed 60 terrorists, injured others, and destroyed a number of their vehicles in the surrounding of the Aleppo countryside. While in Latakia, the northern eastern province, a unit of the army targeted terrorist dens, gatherings in Selma and in the northern countryside of Latakia, killing and injuring scores of terrorists and destroying their criminal equipment. While in the southern province of Daraa, units of the army and armed forces killed a number of terrorists and injured others. In Walad, Al-Karak, Al-Sharki, additionally, the army units many terrorists injured others and destroyed their vehicles in Al-Kalamon mountains in Damascus countryside. The number of Europeans fighting with jihadist groups in Syria could exceed 6,000, a top EU official told a French newspaper. At the European level, we estimate that 5,000 to 6,000 individuals have left for Syria, Verena Jourova, the EU Justice Commissioner, told Le Figaro in an interview, adding the true number was likely to be far higher due to the difficulty of tracking foreign fighters in the conflict. At the time of the attacks in Paris and Copenhagen, we decided not to allow ourselves to be guided for fear, he said, referring to January's twin Islamist attacks in France, capital, and subsequently deadly shootings on a culture central in Denmark. Focusing on those seeking to leave for Syria to wage jihad or those returning from the conflict meant interviewing too late, he said. Ms. Jourova said the EU instead wanted to promote prevention as a means of cultivating the study of law of European nationals, looking at the diverse reasons of why people join jihadist groups beyond simply religion. In the Yemeni view, the Yemeni army, backed by popular committees, advanced in the province of Marib, clashing fiercely with Qaeda terrorists. In Lahej, the Yemeni forces continued expelling Qaeda militants from the province and seized ammunition down by the Saudi war plans to the terrorists. The Saudi war plans continued striking the civilians and the residential areas in the various Yemeni cities, targeting a school in Sana'a and committing massacre in Ib by shelling the same house several times. The Saudi-led coalition began on March 22nd air strikes against Yemen, killing or wounding hundreds of civilians and causing much destruction across the state. In the Iranian view, Iran will receive Russia's S-300 air defense missile system this year, Defense Minister Hossein Dahkan said ahead of flying to Moscow. During the visit to Moscow, I will sign a contract according to which Russia will supply these missile systems to Iran. As he said, Dahkan will attend the 4th International Security Conference in Moscow on April 16 to 17, organized by Russian Defense Ministry. That was all for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nibal Hneidi. Good night.